Seattle, my hometown, is also home to many companies and higher learning institutions that have had a positive effect on our lives. Some examples are Amazon, Microsoft, the University of Washington, Starbucks, and a whole host of biotech companies such as Seattle Genetics. Together, these institutions have changed the world, but they have also had an impact on Seattle and Seattle culture. To understand more about their impact, we must first look at some history. In the mid 1900s, Seattle was less of a technological powerhouse, and most of the jobs were traditional manufacturing jobs. At the time, Boeing was in its heyday, and many people held blue collar jobs working in the Boeing plants. For a variety of reasons, both economical and institutional, Seattle became segregated. Most of the African Americans living in Seattle, many of whom held traditional manufacturing jobs, lived in an area called the Central District. This area became a hub of African American culture and identity for Seattle. Fast forwarding several decades brings us to the birth of companies like Amazon and Microsoft, as well as the expansion of the university. With these new industries, more highly educated white people came to Seattle to find jobs. Conveniently located in the city center, the Central District became popular with these new job seekers. House prices were low and people wanted to live near the city center where they worked and played. Because of these attractive elements, wealthier, better educated people flocked to the Central District. Gentrification has had a profound impact on the Central District. It is no longer the beacon of black culture that it once was. Age-old stores and restaurants have been replaced with new shops that cater to the new upper-middle-class residents. New construction projects are still happening today and continue to change the Central District. Tight-knit communities of African Americans have been dispersed. The local residents, unable to keep up with rising housing costs and taxes, are forced to relocate further south in the Rainier Valley and other southern suburbs. Here is some local news coverage.
Change is coming to the soul of Seattle's Central District at the corner of 23rd and Union. The Midtown Center is close to being sold.
It's very diverse in this community, and we would like to keep it that way.
It's the home of Earl's Barber Shop and half a dozen other African American-owned businesses that could be forced out of this historically black neighborhood.
I would love for it to stay in the hands of the African American community, you know what I'm saying, to give them the opportunity to prosper in their own communities, the communities that they've grown up in.
There's new development surrounding the Midtown. On the southwest corner, a 92-unit apartment building is under construction. The corner that gave birth to Seattle's civil rights struggle is struggling to preserve its black heritage.
The substance of the heart has been removed.
A group of African American business leaders is trying to raise enough money to buy the property, valued at around $30 million. But the owner tells King 5 he's in negotiations with 3 Wall Street buyers. Jerome Basim, who grew up here and then moved to Skyway, doubts blacks will gain control of the property.
At the end of the day, the dollar rules.
It's hard to say whether gentrification is a positive or negative thing. As you saw, the local residents of the Central District do not want to lose their historic, culturally significant neighborhood, and it is easy to sympathize with them. But on the other hand, isn't gentrification just progress? After all, gentrification brings things like a reduction in crime, an increase in property values, and better maintenance for the neighborhoods that it touches. As people who will be entering the housing market in a few short years, tough questions arise. Sure, being in the middle of a vibrant city like San Francisco, close to work, restaurants, and other amenities is appealing. But how does this affect the residents of already established, culturally rich minority neighborhoods? Would you moving to an area like the Mission District make life more difficult for the current residents? What is our individual responsibility with regards to gentrification? These are difficult questions that only you can answer.